I genuinely want to know what the console fanboys were thinking when they make this observation. This is the state of gaming in 2024. Nintendo games are played out, Xbox games are dead, PlayStation is on the rise right now. Astrobot is beloved and critically acclaimed, but I don't know why the other two games are there. Rebirth is one of the games that made Square Enix abandon console exclusivity, and Helldivers 2 lost players thanks to requiring PSN. This Sony pony said Nintendo has a weak console, with the majority of kiddie games. Bro, you just cited Astrobot as a plus. Also, this weak console utterly dominated the sales of both the Xbox and PlayStation combined. It is its own market at this point. This delusional pony still thinks that PlayStation is the market leader. PlayStation is the market leader, alright? The market leader on keeping your head delusional. Delusions are not the only thing that utterly rots the brain of these console fanboys. Another thing that rots their brain is their fear of missing out mentality. This console peasant thinks that playing old games is a dumb thing to do. You must be so proud of your content, promoting old games to people. Yes, I am proud of promoting classic games that people should play, rather than the new overpriced trash. I am proud to recommend Doom, NES Mario, Deus Ex, my favorite game of all time, Diablo 1, which you can play on a freaking browser. Then this doofus asked, who plays old games? Plenty of people do. The good old games in the past are still great. Even Astrobot, the critically acclaimed darling from Sony right now, is an old school platformer. He calls people that play old games weirdos and that they should move on. You are high on FOMO, bro. Why should we move on from old games when they are still great to play? People my age own companies and raise kids, not play games from the 2000s. Bunch of weirdos. Bro, you play video games and argue on social media. Who's the weirdo again? Here's another example why FOMO is a stupid mentality. PC peasants, stay waiting. Waiting for what? Oh, you mean console games going to PC. I don't know why this is the meme you use. PC gamers don't mind console gamers playing their games early. Ironic that you use Rebirth because Square Enix reconsidered their Sony exclusivity after that game and 16 didn't do so well. Not even Tifa and Aerith in swimsuits can save that game. That said, I do believe that there will be some PC gamers that cannot wait to play GTA 6. It is definitely one of the most hyped video games of all time, so some of them might buy a PS5 or Series X just to play GTA 6. Some. Not all. I personally don't mind waiting for a PC port of GTA 6, assuming that the game is good enough for it. In the meantime, I'll watch someone else play them, play other games, or work because my real life schedule is busy. Unlike most of these console fanboys, I don't fear missing out. I don't get how you can say that gamers don't play old games when even game companies are giving us old games. The recent Sony State of Play revealed that Sony is stretching way too far what should be considered a remaster. Horizon Zero Dawn remaster? Are you out of your mind? How about remastering many of the PlayStation games that are still stuck on the PS3, like Resistance or Infamous? This person has the temerity to make fun of gamers for asking a remaster of old PlayStation games like the older God of War games, Infamous, Killzone, or freaking Sly. Not even a remaster, a freaking port. Lollipop Chainsaw got a remaster, even if it's not a perfect one. The issue is not that we are sick of gamers being remastered. Any of the SOCOM games deserve a remaster. The Tenchu games are still great, but you can only play them through PCSX2. Resident Evil Outbreak, anyone? The issue is Sony chose to remaster games that don't deserve any remastering. The only remastering Horizon Zero Dawn needs is for Aloy to have more revealing clothing. It's the only thing Nexus Mod still doesn't ban. PC gaming will always take several steps ahead and innovate in key areas that consoles will soon follow. But we should not care for the PC gaming community because they are irrelevant. According to this console peasant, the PS5 Pro shook the most irrelevant community in gaming without trying. That's right, the PC gaming community is the most irrelevant community. Not just gaming community, but community period. Straight up irrelevant. If they are so irrelevant, then why are you here talking about them? Why does Sony keep porting games for PC? Why do Sony consoles try to catch up with what already existed on PC for decades now? It's not just the PC gamers that think that the PS5 Pro is way too expensive. $700 to $800 for a console that barely offers any improvement is ridiculous. The original PS5 works fine and will still work fine. But hey, it's your money, it's your wallet you want to screw over with bad purchase decisions, not ours. You can do whatever you want with your money, and I recommend anyone else to buy anything else. The PS5 Pro is so lacking in value that people are trying to make a PC that's equivalent to a PS5 Pro. This one, for example, is a Ryzen 7 5800X with an RX 7700 XT 12GB that costs under $1,000. You can definitely make a really good PC for under $1,000. Wait, where's the RAM? There's already RAM on the GPU? That's not how a PC works. System RAM is not VRAM. The PS5 does share the same RAM, but not the PC, unless it's running integrated graphics, in which case they do share the same RAM. Personally, I think you should make a PC for games that you want to play, rather than to compete or beat a console. You can get a cheap PC or laptop if you just play old games, or an expensive PC or laptop if you also play the latest titles. PCs are built differently, so find or build a PC that suits your needs more than others. This PC build is supposed to beat a PS5 Pro for $2,000, but it has many glaring flaws. CPU and GPU are pretty excellent, but you can get an ASRock B650PG Lightning motherboard, save $50. That crucial T705 SSD is way too overkill just for gaming. Team Group MP33 is $96, save $104. 32 gigs of RAM is excessive for gaming. 16 gig DDR5 Corsair for $70, save $50. CPU cooler is fine, PSU is fine, case is fine. That keyboard and mouse combo is way too excessive. Logitech MK120 mouse and keyboard. Not gaming, but they'll do the job for most of you. Save you $189. In total, you save around $470. You can use the rest of the money to buy a monitor, headphones, a game controller, and a game. 64 gigs of RAM? No gamer in the world needs that. Overall, this is a really bad build with many glaring flaws. Follow this instead. Sorry, is all the PC build talking way too complicated for you non-PC builders? Let's keep it simple. PS5 Pro or Steam Deck OLED? Steam Deck OLED for me because I value portability in games more than performance and PS5 exclusives. This person disagrees. PS5 Pro has adaptive trigger. No, DualSense has adaptive triggers. You can try the adaptive triggers using DS4 Windows. It's cool, but it's just a gimmick. Haptic feedback in controllers. In other words, vibration. How innovative. Best 3D audio system in the market. Nobody talks about this. Maybe because no one cares? Only FBS gamers say the PS5 library is small. No, most gamers in general say that. You get free games every month with the sub. No, you rent games every month with the PS Plus sub. PS5 Pro is better than 90% of PCs. Yeah, because most PCs are used for work, not gaming. It's not the own you think it is. PS5 Pro is potentially stronger than a 4090. Now you're just dreaming. It's one thing for console gamers to dream about their consoles being stronger than an RTX 4090, the best GPU in the market right now. It's another thing for console peasants to lick the boots of the corporations so hard that they think poor people are evil. This person does not like the fact that some people can sail the seas for their games and demand the developers to add Denufo ASAP. He said it's unfair that poor and evil people are getting to play this game for free. Why do you put poor and evil people on the same level? Are you implying poor people are evil? Loyal customers pay $70 for the deluxe edition so they can keep you, game developers, from being fired. Oh, how naive and ignorant you are. Stop blaming the consumers for game developers losing their jobs. That blame goes to the companies that employ them. If you buy a video game from a big company like Sony, that money goes to Sony, not the developers. Telling customers to buy games so that game developers can keep their job gives me the same vibes as scammers telling their victims that they have to give them money so that they don't lose their jobs. These corporations aren't gonna support game developers the way you think they will. Stop licking their boots and wake up! You are not ready for how much corporate bootlicking that these console fanboys are willing to do. I love Bloodborne, but man, I wish that game come out on PC. Thankfully, the guys that work on the PS4 emulator Shad PS4 made this whole thing totally possible. Great job, guys. Let's ruin this whole thing with snitches. This corporate bootlicker is looking forward to Sony pulling a Nintendo and shutting this blatant theft of property down. Hey, dumbass, emulation is not illegal. Distributing the games is illegal. And this copy of Bloodborne is about as legit as you can get. This PS4 is totally legit. Yes, the game is currently on the PS5 store, but are Sony and From Software really making a remaster of this? They're too busy making remasters of Horizon without making Aloy to look like a sexy supermodel. Waste if you ask me. Apparently, pirating Bloodborne is gonna make Sony lose millions. No, it'll make them lose nothing. But there was one thing that made them lose millions. 400 million, in fact. And that's all for the video today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to the end, here's a kitty for you. And also, huge thanks to all these wonderful sponsors. You are all fantastic. If you want to see your names among these legends, then check out the links down below. Just $1 and you have supported this channel a lot. Seriously, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my AB Show stream channel, link down below. Go subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.